Okay. How's that? Can you hear me now? Is that better? Oh man. Oh, good lord. That's what I get for having like devices update. Good god. Can you hear me now? Woohoo! All right. Easy fix. Anyways, all right. So, one second. Oh, there we are. Okay. Yes, exactly. Woohoo! All right. So, Throne of Yotenheim ought to be interesting. Briefly go over this real quick because I really got not a lot today. Um, the pinned message is a promo code that was this morning. If you guys have gotten it already, good. Congrats. If you haven't, then go do it now. Like, I don't know how long it's active for. 1 second. I'll find this in a minute. It does give 5 million star shards. So, if you have not gotten it, I suggest you do. Because, I mean, we all need star shards. Unless you don't, and then save them up because you will. Okay, news. Battle for the throne. All right, Yotenheim. Additional battle rewards in Battle for the Throne. Holding Asgard League will have King's Gear for ranking and holding the throne itself. Slaughter in Yotenheim attack will have plus levels to town skins, except for Cosmos. So those people that now have ruler, thanks to it being in the clan store, I suppose, if your clan ranks in Asgard League, you could potentially get a level there. However, your clan does that. Oh, Slaughter T8. League of Asgard and Odin will get achievements. Monster Hunt will get an upgrade to VIP. Slaughter in Jotunheim clan competition will get achievements except for King of the North and Among the Strongest. And that's pretty much it. No Cosmos this Jotunheim around, so should be fairly not as hectic as previous Jotunheims. Really quick. Member shout out. Moxie, Abby, Boomer, Cats, Modib, Modesty, Snowman, Modesty's an admin. 1 second. Good God. Moxie, Abby, Boomer, Cats, Modib, Snowman TG, and Yellow. Thank you guys for your continued membership and support. Also, Burn gets an honorable mention as a member as well, even though Burn's like hardly ever here. But anyways, thank you guys for your continued support and memberships. If you are interested in becoming a paid member of the Berserkr Bones Lodge, right here, scroll past all the merch. Memberships are right there. Pretty self-explanatory. It does link to Discord and sends you directly to the members only chat in proxy Discord server. So really simple, really easy to do. You also get discounts off of merchandise itself. There's also the donation link if you want to just donate money to the channel, because I'm still not monetized by YouTube. And there is the GoFundMe, which we are like roughly $800 away from all the stuff we're trying to do. Which is that right there. Computer, webcam, microphone, basically, so I can keep bringing you guys good stuff. All right. Anyways, hello. Anyways, yeah, $800 away. It's done phenomenal so far. You guys have helped a ton. So, anyways, how has your guys' week been? We had CVC against Blood Forepost. Oh, for some reason I cannot see it anymore. Anyways, we had a good CVC against Blood Forepost, which we won. It was nice. It was a fun CVC. Yotenheim. So Yotenheim is gonna be a little different. I am, like I said, I am busy most of Jotunheim. I will try to get a yacht hangout stream. I don't have a giveaway approved for it, but I will try to do a yacht hangout stream with you guys, as well as this upcoming next week. I will try to get a giveaway of some sort approved. No idea what I'm gonna do yet for that, but I will try to get a giveaway approved for you guys, depending on time, availability, how fast Torin answers me. If you guys have any ideas as far as what type of giveaway you want, let me know. There's also a for those of you that are not members, there is also a Berserkr Bones chat in the proxy Discord server. If you guys have ideas as far as giveaways and other stuff, you can drop it there. There is a video idea channel too. I try to remember to check it, but to be honest, like, just depends on what is going on. Oh man, good lord, too many chats, too many responsibilities at times. Anyways, there are those two channels. You guys can drop ideas in for giveaways and other stuff. If I can get them approved, then so be it. Tess, Amber and I are working on potentially getting a King's Gear test. Give a oh man, I don't think that'll ever happen, Town Crier. Amber and I are working on getting a King's Gear and ruler test done to check the validity of King's Gear, how valid it still is in the game. Especially since there is new gear going to be coming out in the month of August. It'd be a good time to check that. Since ruler is also becoming more prevalent and readily available for people to get. We also want to do a ruler test, just so you guys can see the effect that it has. I mean, we know the stats on ruler are over the top, just phenomenal. I will not be doing a Cosmos test, by the way. But I'm going to try to get those two tests approved at least, so you guys can see the effects they have on, like, not only your march but OS, attack, etc., etc., etc. And then with King's Gear, we of course will break down the training speed, the attack, the other stuff that it does. But so those are two tests I want to try to get done. I of course have to get them approved, get them written up and approved, I should say. I can't just be like, I'm going to do this test and do it, because, well, I don't have any of that stuff. So, and there's always a chance that Torin can tell me no. So there's that. But those are two tests that we want to at least try to get done, so you guys can see the effectiveness of the gear itself, as well as the effectiveness of the town skin that is so sought after. Well, it was so sought after for such a long time, and is now becoming a more common theme in the game. Clans can now give what was it, 200 million medals, I think, for one ruler skin. So it's becoming more readily available. Also, we know in the month of August, there's going to be an update of some sort, I would imagine. Because for the month of August, we have this. Hello! 500 million. Thank you. See, this is what happens when I don't like have an option to get this stuff, so I don't really pay attention. Oh, I know. It's terrible. Anyway, streamer news. As we know, in the month of August, new shaman gear will be coming out. I do not know if how readily available that will be. I will try as well once it comes out to get a test done for it. We know there will be a new holiday subscription. We don't know if the subscription will be like staying around after the birthday month. I would imagine it will. Maybe at like a lesser extent than or a higher cost for the same of what we see the birthday month, because the birthday month we normally get amazingly awesome sales and deals. We also know Guard of Intimidation will be going to level 15. That is one that I would imagine will have T9 stats on it. Don't quote me on that because I have not seen anything that states that. I am merely stating that I would be shocked if Guard of Intimidation does not have T9 stats. And of course, Cosmos Guard will be in the bank. We've discussed that before. I do not see it being cheap. Of course, Cosmos Guard is insane to raise. So I would very much be surprised if the entire thing for Cosmos is under $3,000. It would not shock me one bit if it came in around 3,000 to 3,500 USD for the entire ladder of Cosmos. I also don't see them doing it as a non-ladder. So there is that. I very, very much see it being a ladder that will be around like $3,000 to max. Again, don't quote me on that. Don't be like, but Bones said it was $3,000 and it's more. I don't know. I'm not in on these decisions. And to be honest, unless somebody buys it and then like shares the steps to buy it, I have no idea. So don't quote me that it's gonna just be 3,000. Oh. Now, shaman gear. The new shaman gear the new shaman gear, they've said will have similar stats to King's gear. Let me see if I have, I know I have a chart for it somewhere. Give me one moment. You hope it's 10K? BMR! My God, man. Hopes and dreams. Okay. So, Imperial gear is what has been said that, what's up, Detroit? Imperial gear is what it has been said that the new shaman gear will be. Now, not everybody has the availability to get King's gear. I do not know, obviously, what the bonuses are going to be for the new Imperial Shaman gear, but they are said to be similar to King's gear, is what Torin told us. So, King's gear bonuses are fairly high. I mean, it's all total offense. Total offense at level 15, all 6 pieces, is 3,462%. Troop offense when capturing a fortress, 1,675%. Marching speed, 1,675%, which I don't know how much the marching speed affects things if you have Plunder or Swift Phantom. Training speed, 442%, which is very similar to what we see already on our training gear. And just, I suppose it's kind of nice if you need to train really quick in gear. No idea. 1 second. Getting what from? Where? Oh, we don't know yet. Like, they haven't even released where we're gonna get the gear. They've just released that it is going to be like King's gear. So, also, you've got number of warriors on a march, 334%. Warrior number in onslaught, 167.4%. So it does make your onslaught bigger. Troop offense during an attack, 270%. Troop defense during an attack, 180%. Troop health during an attack, 90%. Those are the stats on King's gear. I would imagine that the Imperial Shaman gear will have very, very, very similar stats. I don't entirely know. Obviously, we won't know until the gear is like absolutely confirmed. But that is like, those are the stats on King's gear. So, if figuratively, if the Imperial Shaman gear is supposed to be same, I would imagine the stats to be very similar. Now, where the gear is coming from, we don't know. Torin said that it had not been determined. The look of the gear itself had not been determined just yet. Neither had the store price, etc., that it is going to cost. So those are just details that I imagine sometime in the next month we will probably get. Those details are unfortunately not available yet. But hello, Baquette. But it will be available to some. Like, we don't know how much availability that is going to have, really. I don't know if it's going to be like Asgard store exclusive, or if it's going to be Throne of Yotenheim, or if they're going to finally add the fabled Yotenheim store that they discussed, I think about a year ago now. But the new Shaman gear is supposed to be like King's gear, so I cannot imagine that it's going to be very widespread available. Now, if it goes to the throne, does that mean that after what? God, 7 years of King's gear being a throne reward, does that mean that King's gear is going to be retired to ranking? Or if King's gear is going to be retired to like the Asgard store, and then the new gear is going to be available from the throne or ranking itself, we don't know. King's gear has been a throne reward for a very long time. 1 second, let me see if I can find. Give me a moment as I go searching across the interweb for stiffs. sucks. Okay. $2018. 2018 is when King's Gear was introduced in the game. So it's been 7 years. It is not, and I would still say that there is a good like 75 to 80% of the game that does not have King's Gear. So I don't know if after 7 years they are finally going to retire King's Gear from Yotenheim, introduce Imperial Gear, and put King's Gear either in the Asgard store or somewhere else. I imagine it would go to the Asgard store before it would go to the seasonal store. Or it might stay a ranking reward and then Imperial Gear goes to the throne itself. I have no idea. But it's been out for 7 years. I think that is the longest running ranking reward there is. And I mean, again, I don't really know the effectiveness of it. I know it hurts when you get hit by it, but I don't know the effectiveness it has on your troops. I've seen in some instances people say like there is gear out there that does similar unless you're setting an OS, but I'm not entirely positive. So, with that being said, the gear's been out for 7 years. This could be the time that we see King's Gear retired from the throne of Yotenheim. They put in the Imperial Gear. Hello! They put in the Imperial Gear, and then from there it goes to Imperial Gear for holding the throne, King's Gear for ranking, or King's Gear in the Asgard store for clans to purchase for their members. I have no idea. Don't quote me on any of that, because all of that could prove entirely wrong, and that's just kind of it. So, like, that's just one of those things of those are like my projections for it. Personally, I didn't think we would see Asgard, or I mean, I didn't think we would see Cosmos skin in the store anytime soon. But here we are, coming up in August. Ruler again was another one that I didn't think would be in the store, and then bam, there it was in the Neon store for a whopping like $2,300. So the thing is King's Gear. Detroit, are you still here? 1 second. Give me a minute. Detroit. The marathons, I never close mine. I'll do that just because it's easier for me to do that one. Like so I personally never close my marathons. I will show you this. So for one, well, let me claim this. Boom. Oh, you have it, BMR. I completely forgot you had it, man. Good God. My apologies, Liam. Okay, so this is about as far as I ever get in the marathon. You can't see it. Well, 1 second. You can't see it, but to be honest, bam, there you go. I claimed the runic coins. That is as far as I will get. Um, so my apologies, dude. I feel bad now. That's pretty much as far as I ever get on the marathons. I don't train to close. Tasks, I don't even have enough tasks to do these. So it's kind of a moot point for me. As far as like training a massive amount or spending more gold than I have, I just don't see the point. I mean, like, if on day 5 unlocks, and that's like spend, 2 billion gold, I might be able to currently max the spend gold on every single day. But in reality, that's only going to give me 5 more, maybe 6, towards the 6 out of 14 for the VIP. So to be honest, I am really not that pressed. As far as closing or stressing the marathon. I don't personally see the reward versus the cost. I mean, like when it first came out, I thought it was kind of cool because we get stuff for doing daily stuff. However, in the course of a week's events, we don't always spend that much gold. We don't always train that much. We don't always reach that much influence. We don't, etc., etc., etc. down the line. So personally, I am not that stressed or pressed about the marathon. I do understand, like I would have been way more pressed about it if the runes, the 80% rune bonus had stayed there. But as far as the marathons themselves, I am really just not that pressed to max them. I just don't see that. Probably you, Modib. Now as far as King's Gear, um, it does stack. That is the nice thing. When you look at the VIP bonuses, I don't care. Whatever. I'll do this real quick because why not? When you look at the VIP bonuses and the fact that King's Gear does have like total offense is a huge one. So you take the total offense from that and you just kind of stack it with what's on here. 395 at my current level. Or easiest way to do that would be this. There. Total offense. So you take it, it basically just stacks onto that. So like it's kind of crazy when you think of the way like all of this stacks. Now, as far as it being wildly available, so here's the thing. I have seen this like, and I'm not knocking your opinion at all, Platroy, so don't take this personally. One of the things I've seen is that people say King's Gear is not available or affordable for smaller players. Here is the other side of that. With King's Gear, your March can get upwards of, I mean, like, let's say, for instance, give me 1 sec. I will pop one of these just because, well, I can. Okay. Oh, wrong button. I am not activating artifacts for this, by the way. We'll use this because I have 150 of them, because why not? And this because, again, why not? No, I'm not going to spy a tile. Give me a tile. 523 million. So, and that's without King's Gear and artifacts. With that, I think my hike goes up to somewhere around 575, 550. So like 550 million. With King's Gear, that will roughly go up to close to 600 million for me. Some of these guys with King's Gear, aka like Game Ender, Detroit, BMR, Elo, Wildflower, just to name a few. We see scout marches, and that's with, of course, all the other bonuses and boosts available. We see scout marches 1 billion, 1.1 billion. If you cannot afford to send 1.1 billion or 1 billion or 800 million, like, if you cannot afford to spend even like 800 million troops in a single march, you really don't need King's Gear. Like, to be honest, to be fair, the amount of troops that, I mean, granted, yes, the amount of shards you'll get, chaos you'll get, etc., 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 on excellent hits are phenomenal, but if you cannot afford the troop usage, you probably do not need the gear. As far as training, when it comes to training, for instance, like, my gear right now on hero, and this is without boosts applied, gives me 611%. 611%. So really, the bonus of King's Gear giving me training bonus of 442% for training speed, I'm already reaching that. So, like, I mean, as far as King's Gear, it is all about the attack and number of warriors you can use to attack. So, I mean, like, that's just like an observative standpoint. That's not to knock anybody's opinion. That's not to cheapen it at all for the people that have it, etc., etc., etc. Like, see, I haven't tried a 550 yet. But yeah, I very much see that too, Detroit. I see King's Gear going from the throne and being astronomical in the Asgard store or seasonal store, and the Imperial Gear taking its place. I mean, it's been 7 years since King's Gear was introduced to the game. To be honest, it is kind of one of those things that still only maybe 15 to 20 to 25% of the game have it. So this is where we could see that big change. However, again, raising it is more expensive than normal gear, cheaper than Asgard gear. It is like right smack in the middle. But the amount of troops you will go through with King's Gear is exponentially bigger. So, like, there is that. Don't be like, and I'm not, again, knocking anything. I'm just saying, like, if you want it for training, there are skins for, or quite specifically, like, the bonus given by training gear is very, 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 very similar. So, it's just kind of like how it works. I'm not saying it's not great, and I'm not saying either that, like, you shouldn't have that for a goal. I've had King's Gear for a goal for, like, 9 years going on 10 now. I still don't have it. I've kind of given up on it, to be honest. It's one of those things I don't think I will ever have on my account, and I am perfectly okay with that. If I get it someday, then woohoo! If I don't, then woohoo! But it's just kind of one of those things. I don't see it as something that is absolutely needed in the game, as far as like, if I never get it, I will be horribly upset and I should be angry. Personally, it's not a hill I will die on. Now, hills I will die on are like marathons. If the marathons are like, I will continue at my marathon pace currently. If marathons do not get better as far as like things I would do normally in a week. Um, that's just my personal opinion. I don't see that for instance, I don't see that 3,500 Alfheim Light is worth it. I just personally don't. The VIP 9.6 mil. 1 second, let me math this out. Nine six. 3 1 2 3. I went too many zeros. There we go. Comes out to whatever this number is. Copy. Right there. Comes out to 48 billion VIP. That's for like that's for the second one. 48 billion. So here's I need roughly 163 billion. I need 163 billion to go to 73. Even if I killed myself, to like, I mean, literally spent all my gold, did all the training, etc., etc., etc. for this, I still would only get 1/3 of the VIP points I need to go up to 73 from 72. So, like, I don't really see how, like, why I should be stressed about it. Now, if it was stuff I did in normal gameplay and I got it, cool, awesome, great. But I do not see the point of, like, stressing myself out to the point of not enjoying anything and having to literally try to afford more packs to replace what I spent on a marathon. I mean, that's 40, what did I say that was? 43, 48 billion. So currently, currently, I can get currently I can get 53 billion for $5. That 53 billion VIP is not only like 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 5 billion more, but it's also cheaper at $5 than it is if I do all of that for the marathon. I'm just saying, like, I'm not knocking it. I am not saying it is not great. I'm just stating, like, I can literally get 5 billion more VIP for $5 versus it's going to cost me about 60 bucks worth of stuff in the game to get it from the marathon. Now, if I'm doing both, great. If I did both during normal gameplay, even better. However, I do not see the point in personally killing myself for the marathon. I just don't. If you're one of the people that do, good, awesome. If you are happy with that, and content with the playing and choosing to do something like that, fantastic. To everyone their own. I mean, like, I'm not one to condemn gameplay. Hello! I am not one to condemn gameplay. However, I am just stating, like, if I wanted that amount of VIP, I would probably just spend $5. I mean, granted, I don't have $5 to spend currently, but I would just literally spend $5 versus killing myself on a marathon that is going to give me 5 billion less than what I'd get on like that. I mean, like, now Marvel's the other thing we need. I imagine these subs will get better in August. But, like, I mean, if you do the 30-day, you get 1.2 million marble over the course of 30 days. You get 392k over the course of 14. And you get 189k over the course of 7. Like, the amount of marble needed currently is kind of insane. I mean, like mathematically wise, it is insane. Let me see. For instance, like 225k for one building. So reality is, if you do a 1 week sub of that, you might get half of a building at level 41 to 42. When you start looking at bigger, higher buildings, like, the fact is, period, we need a lot of Ulfer marble in the game. That comes from events, that comes from subscriptions, that comes from etc., 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 etc. So, like, I mean, I don't really see. And there's no marble in this. It's Alfheim Light. Like, I currently have 74.9k Alfheim Light. I don't need Alfheim Light. I personally wouldn't kill myself for 3k of it anyway. 3,500 is roughly what I get out of doing a battle for the light. So I'm really not that pressed by that either, to be honest. So, like, yeah, see? Let me see. I haven't spent since, I think, over a year. So let's see what this is. Here's my convoys. Get rid of this again. All right. So 100 million star shards, $5. No, I am not. No. I think I'm at like 70 or 80 out of 120. So convoys. I mean, there's 500k marble there. 60k Asgard Stones, 1 million marble, 250 billion gold. Let me see, 75 million times 5,000. Oh, for the love of God, dumb. Don't be stupid. Okay, there we go. That would give me 375 billion VIP. Just right there. So, like, I mean, to be honest, it seems like the convoys are going to be the way to go. If you want, if you're spending the money and trying to get the VIP and other stuff. Loki's Convoy, very similar. And it's got soul shards. Loki's Convoy 2, VIP. Jeff John's Convoy, Hero Energy. So, like, I mean, convoys are going to be way more of a bang for your buck than, like, the marathon is. Now, again, if you already do the stuff in the game to get the marathon, it isn't that terrible. I just personally, like I said, I am not like, see, exactly. If it feels like normal gameplay, great, awesome. I personally don't like. I'm just not pressed by it. I'm not like stressed out about it. If it was like normal gameplay to me, I really would probably be the same way. Like I get like killing Supremes. I have no urge to kill Supremes, to be honest. I don't need to. I don't need the dust. I don't need anything the Supreme drops. I'm not working on runes because, well, who has gold for runes? So, like, really, if it was normal gameplay for me, I would hands down absolutely be like, all right, I can see this. If I was raising gear and it was spend hero energy, again, no problem. But like, as it sits currently, at least this marathon for me, I'm just not pressed by it. I'm never really pressed by it anyway. I just kind of play at my own pace. Amber and I both have like this laid back, more like less stressed view of the game. We don't play competitively anymore, really. We max the events we can, and we go from there. As far as the rewards, now, like, the rewards we get in our clan are different because of the simple fact that we rank. But, however, the rewards in the game, this is all purely about entertainment. To be honest, I have learned to live off the high of getting rewards in the game versus like the achievements, the working towards a goal, etc., etc. Like I very much hands down celebrate the small stuff. Like the fact that I'm almost at 20 T kills. I know that is significantly small in the course of gameplay, but the fact that I am almost at 20 T kills, I still have less trained and lost by like a quarter of my kill amount. To me, that is worth celebrating. I don't get really overly excited about the rewards we get out of events. I get excited about like fixing my stats like this. I get excited about the achievements of doing things with my clan, of doing stuff with our allied clan. It's stuff like that. I find enjoyment in those things versus like, oh look, I got 500k marble out of a checkpoint. Woo! No, I mean, and in reality is you're not gonna get 500k. You're gonna get like 50k. Like Path of Light tasks, I will not max this. I just won't. I don't see the point. To be honest, I can't spend the tasks anyway. But 1,000 light. That is nothing personally that tells me that is nothing right there. 1,000 light. There's nothing right there that tells me I absolutely need to get more tasks to max this event. Nothing. 1,000 light in the course of stuff is really just not that much. It's like the marathons, 3,500 light. So I'm at 80 out of 120. To take this up, it's 27.3k to take this up to 9. The light, literally 1,000 to 3,000 is going to do absolutely nada. Nothing in the course of that cost. To be honest, the 1,000 to 3,000, that's going to be like doing or turning on like 2 to maybe 3 artifacts. So like I don't really see the point in killing myself for that small amount. I don't stress it is more or less what I'm saying. I don't see checkpoints as I don't see them necessarily as a die-hard reward. I see checkpoints as a added bonus to doing something I enjoy doing. Like I enjoy playing events with my clan. Give me one moment. One moment. 1 minute. One moment. I'll be right back. Okay. So, to be honest, wow, congrats. So, to be honest, like I don't see necessarily the point in in like in like pushing for rewards because I enjoy the gameplay. I enjoy spending time with my wife in the game. I enjoy spending time with my friends in the game. I enjoy those milestones. I enjoy getting to sit in an onslaught with our alliance and like smashing towns, burning them, watching them pop like a balloon. Congratulations, CG. That is awesome. Congrats, Monib. Like, so like I go way more towards that, and the checkpoints are merely a bonus. That's all that is. It's added stuff on top. If you want the rewards out of the game to max things, it is not going to happen. If you are looking for enough gold to max your palace out of checkpoints, you are on like the 50 to 80 year plan for Vikings. I like, and that's not like that's not knocking you at all. That is literally not even mathed out. But if you are literally waiting for checkpoints that are enough to max buildings, knowledge, etc., you are quite literally on the 50 to 80 to like 100-year plan. So like there's no like major stress is what I'm stating. Enjoy the milestones and the personal stuff in the game that you get. Like it's a game. Have fun with it. Like, well, see, I mean, my wife plays with me, BMR, so I can imagine Amber's face if I was like, "Hey, baby, Vikings is free." Oh, Lord God Almighty. I'm just gonna throw that out there. Like she's probably not even listening. Oh, well, actually, she might be listening at work and just like shaking her head. Oh God. Anyways, like I personally just don't see the point in stressing the rewards because I'm either going to get the stuff or I'm not going to get the stuff. But I'm going to enjoy the trip either way. Like that is way more what it is for me. Like you guys. Why do I make YouTube videos? It is certainly not to get rich because I will tell you right now, we spend 30 to 40 a month on equipment stuff, or not equipment stuff, but on applications to basically make sure you guys get the best video quality I can put out. And then of course, I mean, like, I'm still not monetized on YouTube. When I was making like 150 to 200 a month. Now I'm not even making that. With memberships, I make around 60, maybe 50 to 60 a month, and then whatever people buy. Like, so, like, the thing is honestly, if I was doing any of this to get rich, it would be a pipe dream. So, like, that's the way I look at the gameplay, too. I don't play the game for the rewards. I play the game because Toodles Platroy. I play the game because I enjoy it. I enjoy the community. I enjoy the fun and the milestones that we have with you guys. Like here, I will honestly share this with you right here. This right here. And this is a big milestone. You guys have been phenomenal. Freaking awesome. I can't say other words because, I mean, they would be banned on YouTube and I would get in trouble. But you guys have been amazing. Like, our community has been amazing with your guys' support. Total $1,116 donated. Granted, after GoFundMe takes theirs, I've gotten probably like 900 of that. But the fact is like, we are 800 away. 800 away from the GoFundMe, like, being done, being complete. That is staggering. That is, like, amazing. Phenomenal. You guys have helped me reach that milestone right there. Couldn't have been done without you guys. So the fact of like I take that right there and I apply that to the game. To be honest, I do not see the game as something of I play for rewards. I play it for personal achievements and because I enjoy the community. And thank you for that, by the way. Like I said, $800 more and the GoFundMe can go F itself. Alright, anyways. So, gameplay. The gameplay has never really been about the rewards. If you look at how this game started 9 years ago, it has exponentially changed. I mean, we are now going into the 10th year of Vikings War of Clans. It has exponentially changed as far as the rewards, the events, the people, the communities have changed drastically in this. So, like, I don't necessarily see it being all about the rewards. I see it personally being about you guys. You guys have made this an amazing community to lead, be part of, to, I don't know. I mean, I could throw half a dozen other things out there. You guys have made it enjoyable. You have made streaming enjoyable. To be honest, if I didn't enjoy it, I wouldn't do it. Like, my views are horrible. But the point being is I have fun. Let me see this. Here's what I'll show you guys. From a business standpoint, this is crap. But every single bit of it is greatly appreciated. So we'll go analytics. And then we'll go June. So, in the month of June, I don't know if you can see these numbers. I need roughly 5,000 views in a month. 5,000. I do 2 lives a week. Sometimes I do videos in between. It also depends on like what other events and stuff are going on. But anyways, 5,000 views a month. The last couple of months has been like, that was May. May, right there. 4,000. April, 4,300. Like, I am going to be in potential crap for the streamers program as far as staying a Vikings War of Clans streamer because of views. Which therefore will hurt even more when it comes to gameplay, because, I mean, the rewards I get as a streamer are pretty much how I continue to play. So, like, everything has changed drastically as far as the community, the way the game is, the etc., etc., etc. Um, and I just don't stress it anymore. To be honest, if none of this was fun and we didn't have this awesome, amazing community of you guys here, I wouldn't do any of this. I just wouldn't. Um, so like that's very much what the game is about for me. The game is about community. It's about fun with the community. It's about fun with the clan. Literally, that's it. I would not be in contact with the people in this game as I am now without the community, without proxy, without you guys here, without etc., etc., etc. So it's all about the community for me. If you play this game for the rewards, like you play just solely for the checkpoints, I guarantee you will not last long in this game. And it is not because you won't enjoy it. It is because literally of, as people put it, the gap. And I do that in quotations because I absolutely hate, loathe that phrase. I cannot stand the phrase. I cannot stand the crying, complaining about the gap. Oh, the gap. These big giant players in their gap. Guess what? They play a different game than you. Find out what makes you happy, enjoy it, play it, or don't. That's just kind of it. Now as far as like to circle back around, things being available for everybody. In a competitive, massive multiplayer online game, there has to be a top tier or competitive point that literally makes everything worth it. There has to be. Absolutely must. King's Gear, Cosmos, and Ruler, those three have been that top high competitive point. They haven't been available to everybody. Why? Because there has to be something for people like Game Ender, for instance, to achieve competitively. There has to be. There has to be a goal, an end goal. Like now, the end goal, of course, must change because what's the point of having an end goal if it literally stays the same and then everybody's like, oh, well, I got it, so I can leave now. No, there's gotta always be an end goal. There's gotta be. Because if there's not, the game dies. There's gotta be stuff that keeps everybody interested. Again, because if there's not, the game dies. There has to be a quote-unquote gap, because if there's not, the game dies. Like, I mean, that's just kind of it. If you play a massive multiplayer online game for any amount of time, you will see it across any game. Not just Vikings, any game. That's just kind of how it works. Okay. Long, insane rant over. I'm fine. Oh, man. I love you guys. I really do. I love you guys. You guys are all phenomenal. All right, that's kind of it for me today. I've ranted for like an hour and a half now. I might be live during Yotenheim. I might not be live during Yotenheim. I don't know. It really just depends on availability the next couple of days. Amber and I have errands and other stuff and house stuff that needs to go on because, I mean, they're her 2 days off. So, I might be live in Yotenheim for a Hangout stream. I might not. If I am not, have an amazingly awesome Yotenheim. To those of you in the United States today, happy Juneteenth. It is a federal holiday that marks the abolition of slavery, the end of slavery in the U.S., so it is an absolutely awesome day. Happy Juneteenth to those of you in the U.S. Check out the links if you can, please, and thank you. The Berserkr Bones Lodge. I need to resize these for the love of Jesus. Boop. Right there. Okay. Check out the Berserkr Bones Lodge, merch, memberships, and more. Check out the GoFundMe as well. Any and all donations go to streaming equipment, which again is almost completely paid for. Thank Jesus. You guys have been amazing. And of course, don't forget memberships. If the merchandise shop makes $200 in the next month, I will personally raffle off with that money stuff that you guys want. Plain and simple. I think it's even getting to the point where I can give away memberships now. So just FYI, if the lodge makes $200 in the next month, I will raffle stuff off. I'm also trying to come up with new merch that you guys might be interested in. So if you have ideas for that, drop it in Proxy Discord. You can drop it in Berserkr Bones chat, or there's actually a merch shop chat too. You drop it there. What you guys come up with is what I will try to do. Anyways, have an amazingly awesome Yotenheim. Thank you guys for being here with me today. I hope you have a great week, a great and awesome weekend, a fantastic Yotenheim. I will see you guys on the next live stream and around in the community. The hats are phenomenal. I'm just saying. Like, you can't beat this. Like, I love it. I wear it constantly. Of course, I mean, it's my hat. Anyways, thank you guys all for being here with me today. I will do a battle royale on the end screen. Be safe. Go touch some grass. Enjoy the weather. Have a nice, relaxing rest of your week. I will see you guys around. Thanks for watching.